Director General of the Department of Communicable Disease Control of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Ratanasai Petsuwan, said that everyone entering Laos at Wat Thai International Airport must take a COVID test, meaning they must have a PCR test within 24 hours of departure for Laos, as well as an RDT or rapid diagnostic test on arrival in Vientiane. Health authorities say that everyone entering Laos at Wat Thai International Airport must take a COVID test, meaning they must have a PCR test within 24 hours of departure for Laos, as well as an RDT rapid diagnostic test on arrival in Vientiane. These measures are the same as those imposed in most other ASEAN countries. It has been found that a PCR test carried out 24 hours before departure has not been sufficient to prevent the spread of COVID because of infection is possible during flights.
ห้องรับการท่องเที่ยวระยะที่2นี่เพื่อต้องได้เล็งการซักยาดังกล่าวนี่อันที่สูงกว่านี้ไวกว่านี้
Director General of the Department of Communicable Disease Control at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Ratanasai Petsuwan, said on Tuesday, April the 19th, that everyone entering Laos must undergo entry screening, including a temperature check, as well as presenting the required documents to health control officials. People whose RDT test results in negative may enter the country, while those who test positive will need to quarantine at a designated hotel.
คณะสปกิจขันแขวนนั้นได้รับทราบเพื่อจะได้ชี้นำ
According to Dr. Ratanasai, new arrivals must go to prearranged accommodation or a medical facility to have the first day RT-PCR test as well as an RDT test upon arrival. All travelers must wait for the test results in their hotel. If the result is positive, they must remain in isolation at their hotel for mild or asymptomatic cases. A second COVID test will be given after day 3 of a person's stay in Laos. If the result is negative, the travelers can go ahead with their travel plans, but if the result is positive, the traveler will be required to remain in quarantine for 14 days. Tour operators are responsible for providing the necessary documents to obtain permission for a person's entry. These include a proposal from the tour company, a tour itinerary, hotel reservation, and copies of travelers' passports, vaccination certificates, and insurance policy. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs will provide authorization for staff on diplomatic or consular missions, those working for international organizations, and representatives of foreign governments or agencies performing their duties in Laos. The authorization will also extend to spouses, parents, and children. However, people in these categories must take a COVID test on arrival in Laos and remain at a hotel for 24 hours while waiting the results. If the result is negative, the persons concerned will be free to leave the hotel and take up their duties. Although the government reopened Laos to foreign visitors in January, confusion remains about some of the entry requirements. ANK Southeast Asia suggests waiting for further updates from the government for travel to Laos, according to the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. Travelers are allowed to access to green travel zones areas with vaccination rate of at least 70% and green travel trails areas that have not yet achieved 70% vaccination, according to the Ministry of Health.